Chapter 3, Part 2. The next few days passed peacefully for Gerda. She played in the old woman's beautiful flower garden. She was amazed as to how many different types of flowers and colors there were. Each morning the sun shone on the shrubs and the flower beds, and the blooms opened, welcoming the light and the warmth. Gerda helped the old lady water and prune the garden, and in return the old lady taught her all the names of the plants and how to recognize each flower's distinctive perfume. For all the variety and color in the garden, at the back of her mind, Gerda knew that something was missing. The garden felt incomplete. It was the old lady's hat that solved the mystery for her. One day, when it was left lying on the table, and Gerda was looking at the lovely flower drawings round the rim, the most beautiful of all was a rose, a painted rose that the old lady's spell had missed. Gerda rushed out of the garden. Surely there must be roses here. Maybe she'd simply missed them. Maybe they were in some quiet corner that she rarely visited. She found no roses. For some strange reason, this made her feel very sad. And as she sat by the flower beds, a tear rolled down her cheek and fell onto the soil. By chance, it fell on one of the very same spots that a rose bush had stood. Gerda's tear touched the soil. As Gerda's tear touched the soil, the rose bush sprang from the ground fully in bloom, released from its enchantment. Gerda too was free of the enchantment that had prisoned her. Seeing the rose bush, she remembered Kai and how she had set on a journey to find him. "Do you think my friend is still alive?" she asked the rose. "You must keep looking," the rose bush answered her. "We have spent many days underground, and Kai was not amongst the dead and buried." Gerda wandered around the garden one last time and asked all the flowers if they had seen her friend Kai. The convolvulus, the snowdrop, and the perfumed hyacinths all told her tragic tales that made Gerda feel very lonely and afraid. The buttercup cheered her up with a pretty song full of sunshine and kisses, but couldn't help her find Kai. The narcissus was no help either. He was too busy gazing at his own reflection in the pond to answer. Each flower told a story, but the stories were their own and told Gerda nothing of her friend. She knew she had to leave the old lady's garden straight away, so she picked up her skirts and ran as fast as she could. The garden gate was locked, but Gerda pulled fiercely on the rusty hinges gave way. As she went through the gate, Gerda realized that the garden's eternal summertime was just an illusion. In the outside world, summer was over, and she shivered in the autumn winds. "I have wasted so much time," she sighed. "I must not stop again." So stay tuned for chapter 4.